Okay, this will be an interesting one. Let's see if we can make it look good. Alright, let's see if it looks any good. I'm going to make it 200%. I'm going to remove some of the bleed. It's a newspaper print, so we have to take out some of the background. I'm going to lighten it a fair bit. Alright, let's see how we go. Right, what do we got? We got here, okay, a picture of scissors, string and some money. Probably means to say no strings attached as far as this picture goes. So it's an interesting little saying, no strings attached. I'm wondering if we're going to overlap it because there's just too much stuff there. There's too much void in that image. So we're going to just put it against this A6 area. Actually, it is an A6 almost. In fact, it almost is. It's almost an A6 or as it is. So we're just going to put it against the edge like so. And we're going to enlarge it maybe a bit more on the vertical because it's a little bit less. We're going to just go, maybe vertical could be 190, the horizontal could be 198 because it's a little bit longer, and the vertical will be 200 and I'm thinking 207 or 207. So we're going to make it like that and see how we go. Let's see how this works. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's see how that appears. Yeah, that looks nice. I think the colour looks nice overall. Wondering how we're going to turn it into a mirror image though. Trying to think what we can do with this to make it look more interesting. It's a bit boring. Maybe I could do a movement out of it. I can make it into a movement piece, folks. The enlargement really, or whatever. We're just going to make it into an interesting, more interesting piece where there's some movement involved rather than just a static picture. So let's see how we go. And turning this into an interesting piece. So let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I like it. It looks very strange. Going to try another one. I'm going to try and maybe pump up some of the, maybe add some more bleed removal. Go all the way with the bleed removal. And maybe here we can go all the way with lightness with that. And maybe the contrast will just stay the same. I'm thinking we're going to keep it like that. We're going to try again. Going to try another interesting movement out of this. Let's see if this version looks better. Alright, out it comes. Yeah, it looks wishy-washy actually. It's an interesting piece, but I think we added too much lightness and brightness to it. So we're going to have to just go back, maybe just reset our machine up. I think we'll leave the background removal as it is. The copy density is too light. Yeah, the copy density is too light. Right, let's try that again. Let's try another demo, another piece with this. Let's hope it works better now with the settings. So let's see how that looks. Gonna get dirty fingers after this. Oh, that looks interesting. That looks really interesting. It looks blurry, but interesting. We're going to try another one. It's not easy getting this to look nice, to look more interesting than what it is. Wondering if we could do it differently. If we can just do a downward slide. I don't know how that's going to work somehow. I just thought I'd try something different, folks. Let's see how this one comes out. Yeah, that looks interesting. I think maybe, yeah, that man's face looks interesting, but it still isn't good enough. Trying again. Try and move that man's face down with the light. See if I could do a better version of that. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know when I'm going to get this demo finished. It looks like it's a difficult demo, a difficult subject to deal with. That looks interesting. Don't know what I'm going to use. Which one I'm going to use. This one looks good. I'm actually thinking maybe we could use this one. Or maybe we can try another one. I'm just getting a bit disappointed with the results I'm getting. I'm not getting a really interesting kind of result that I'd like. So I'm going to try it differently again. So let's see if that looks any good. I do prefer to swirl it round for some reason. Anyway, that looks really good. I think we can call this a piece. We can call this, for now, a wrap. And we're going to use that as our master copy. So we're just going to take our original and throw it away. It's just a piece of newspaper cutting. We're now just going to make this, and this is going to be the center of our job. So we're just going to overlap it again. We're going to enlarge it slightly off the edge. So we're just going to put that there and there, and we're just going to quite quickly just change our setting from this 104 by 104, and we're just going to play around with the we don't need this anymore. There we're going to go, and maybe going to leave it at that. We're not going to lighten it any further. We're just going to stick it on copied paper and hit start. So yeah, this is not an easy piece of work I'm doing, folks. It just shows that copier configuration art is really challenging. A lot of the time it's not always easy. You don't always get an easy run. Sometimes you do get an easy run, folks, but it's not. It's usually, there's a lot of hard work involved in trying to get something really good come out instead of just accepting mediocrity. And that's a tough one. Can be tough. You know, you get tempted easily all the time with accepting what shit comes out of the equipment. Especially when you're doing it on a camera, like I'm doing it. You're doing it against the clock, so you don't make your demos too long. Sometimes I don't fill up my micro SD card, or I normally don't, full, because I'm always worried I'm going to go over and block up my card, and then my video will be cut short. So I like to have a lot of room on my micro SD card, just in case you get demos that go for up to 18 minutes and something seconds or more. Well, I haven't actually had anything more than 18 minutes and something seconds, but I've had demos that go for 18 minutes, and they're really big. They're big files, and they'll block up your micro SD card in no time. I had one today, so yeah, I've had a lot of other prolongated ones. Sometimes I have a day of short demos, but sometimes I really get days when I get these really long ones that just go on and on and on, so as to speak. So now we're just going to line these up. It's a little bit curly. This is a bit damp, this weather we have here, and my damp rid has long reached the end of its life. So now I'm going to try and line these up as best as I can, despite having the curls. The curls are a real pain, especially when they happen on the side like this one. So it's really difficult trying to get this into a semblance of order. There's a lot of gap there. Fuck, I hate it when it does that. Shit. Sorry, folks. Anyway, that's as close as we're going to get it. I think, yeah, apart from the curling, this looks quite good. I think now we can call this demo quits.